As student protests on colleges and universities across the United States continue to intensify, U.S. President Joe Biden finally broke his silence. Speaking from the White House Roosevelt Room, the U.S. president said that he supports Americans' right to dissent and also to protest, but he says that it must be done so lawfully. He also says that when it comes to his ironclad support of Israel, his policies are not going to change. He says that while he sees that there is, in some cases, violent freedom of expression, he is going to, at this point, hold back on any calls to bring in the National Guard.
We've all seen the images, and they put to the test two fundamental American principles. The first is the right to free speech and for people to peacefully assemble and make their voices heard. The second is the rule of law. Both must be upheld. We are not an authoritarian nation where we silence people or squash dissent. The American people are heard. In fact, peaceful protest is in the best tradition of how Americans respond to consequential issues. But neither are we a lawless country.
President Biden's support for Israel could, in fact, determine whether the former president, Donald Trump, returns to the White House. In fact, as student protests continue to ramp up across the country, new polls show that, in fact, the current president, Joe Biden's approval ratings have fallen to historic lows. Kimberly, Halkett, Al Jazeera, the White House.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.